Hey, show fam. Amelia Adair here. Welcome back. Before we get started, let me put that $1,000,000 into your life, okay? Let me put that $1,000,000. Let me put that $1,000,000. Let me put that $1,000,000 into your life. Trust the process, so fam. And remember, close enough is perfect, because we'll take 500,000, you know? Put that right here. Okay. All right, so fam, let's jump into today's topic. Wait, that's look cute. That's look cute. Okay. Cute is root. So fam, we have to learn how to respect the process. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Wait, I don't show my fan the right way. Ooh, ooh. Yes, I'm so happy I found this fan. Anyway, so fam, we have to learn how to respect the process, right? So let's get into some things. One is, what's the process? You know, what's the process is? Listen, so fam, the process is the steps that you go through to get to the bigger goal, right? So, quick scenario: if you want to make dinner tonight, right, you're gonna have to go to the store. You know what I'm saying? Or if you want to go out, right, you want to go out and have you a good time, right? But you got to get your hair together, right? You got to get your face together, right? You got to get your outfit together, and then you got to go out, right? So during that process, I don't know about y'all, Sophia, but when I'm going out, I'm listening to music. I'm taking my time. You know, I'm sipping me a little tea. Some of y'all know y'all be sipping a little wine, whatever floats your boat, right? But that's all part of the process. Because if you skip that process, right, and you just go from work and to out, you're going to be tired. If you don't take a nap, you're going to be tired. You're going to just rush through to go out to say you went out, and it's like, dang, I should have took my time, right? So fam, so respecting the process is respecting the time and the steps that it takes for you to get there. Oftentimes, we kind of just want to find a result when it's not going out, right? When you're not going out and you're working on yourself and you're working on your visions, right? And you're working on the goals and you're working on millionaire, right? And you're working on all these things that are a part of you that you're working on, losing weight, making friendships, relationships. Woo! Come on. At the church say yes. Right? Elevate into that new self, elevate into the higher version of yourself, working on yourself every day. All of that is your process, babe. That's your processing time. You know, when you upload a video, it says processing. You sitting there like, let's go. Time is of the essence, right? There's always that process. Nothing is just 1 and 2, 1 and 2, right? We have to learn how to be more aware, right, of the process that we're going through, right? So when you're trying to just even get closer to God, right? Some of us, we just want it. God, come bless me. We just want to snap our fingers and everything just, oh, no, babe. No, in reality, when we not all up in our head and we come back down to the world, right? There's days that have to pass us by. There's no's that we gotta hear. Let's talk about the no's. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hearing the no's and giving the no's, right? So hearing the no's is when you really want something, right? Like you want to go get a new car, right? But the car be like, no, get your credit up, right? The car dealership be like, no. You know what I'm saying? They like, no, go get it together. So you turn around and you're, bummed because you didn't get the car that you wanted, right? So now you're sitting there like, you're sitting there a little stressed out, like, okay, what am I gonna do now? This is the process. This is where the processing starts. Okay, so say you need to work on your credit. All right, so What's the process to building your credit? Paying off some of that debt, okay? And if you don't know, student loans have helped everybody. Student loans is paying off some of our debt, so we already, okay? So the next step is paying off those cards. How do you start paying off the cards? One, you stop using them, right? You gotta stop using them. And being responsible, right? If you gotta get a financial person, get you a financial person. If you gotta consolidate, okay? You have to start taking the steps that's required in order for you to get to your goal. And during that process, don't be so bummed out. Don't think like, all right, well, I gotta wait till I get my credit up. I'm gonna just sit here and do nothing. No, Willis. We're gonna just do the best we can. Okay, we can't get a car right now. Now, this is just one scenario. It can be many other things across the board, like as far as getting clients. Maybe you have a new brand and a new product and you have no clients and you sitting there like, So you have to start getting creative. And this goes back to that other video that I was saying, like make it work. This way you gotta start making it work during the process. Okay, let me do this. Okay, that didn't work. Okay. You tried. Okay. You didn't get the results that you thought you were gonna get. Okay. Okay, babe. Let's try something else. Let's sharpen up our skills, right? Let's enjoy this little journey of trial and error. Some of us, we're a little afraid. And sometimes too, we have to speak to the right people. If something isn't working the way it should be working in your life, okay, who are you speaking to that specializes in that can help you in those areas? You ever notice when you call into a business and say you have a complaint, right? You have an issue like, I need a refund. They're gonna forward you to the refund department, right? There's one department that specializes in refunds that's gonna help you in that area, right? So same thing with your life. So fam, you have to have people set in place that can help you in those departments. See, sometimes we try to be just all the departments. We have to be realistic. We can, we have the ability to get it going, but if you've fallen short over and over and over and over, okay, babe, 1 + 1 gotta give you 2, right? So if what you are doing are not working, let me call someone in. Let me invest in someone who specializes in this so I can get the maximum results. So I can really have the improvement that I'm looking for, right? Sometimes we make it a little harder than what it is. We a little stubborn. Don't be stubborn, so fam. Look at the reality. Look at all that you have given it. And if you have to tag someone in, tag them in. Ooh, right? So we have to understand that all of this is part of the process. Making those relationships too. We have to realize, like, wait, this is a let me use this person. Like, say you have someone for your taxes. Let's keep it on finances. Say you have someone on your taxes that you've been working with over the years. Now you built that rapport with that person, and okay, if they can handle this and they do it right, I can now trust them in this level of my life, right? Because we went through this process together. So they won't be so blindsided by my $1 million when I come bring it to the bank. They're gonna be able to guide me correctly in areas that they are mastered in, right? This is their profession. This is what they're born to do. All right? Let them do what they're born to do so you can do what you were born to do. Ooh. So you can really be excelling in the areas that you excel in. And one of the areas that we all have to be excelling in is making smart choices, making wise decisions, right? Like, okay, 1 + 1 is 2. Okay, this makes sense. Okay, learning how to trust. Sometimes we don't know how to trust. We have to learn how to trust that if you go through life without trust, it's like it's like you're working harder and not smarter, right? Because you're so busy with trust issues that you don't allow other people to do their job properly. It's hard for other people to do their job when you micromanaging, right? So simple as even if you go order food and while your chef is trying to cook, if you all over their shoulder, they're gonna be like, let me cook. Go have a seat. Go sit down and do what you do, and I'm gonna do what I do. And that's how things work. How they supposed to work? How could I do that? All right. Anywho, so yes, so fam, you have to be respecting the process, learning how to say no, learning how to hear no, and learning how to say no, right? So say you set your boundaries and your standards, right? And someone continues to try to overuse you. You have to learn how to say no and not feel so guilty. Sometimes we don't want to do certain things and we don't want to indulge in certain behaviors anymore. And we're more afraid to say no to that person than to be honest with them and say, hey, I'm trying to grow, babe. I'm working on this area in my life, and it's no shade, it's no offense to you. I just don't want to operate like that anymore. And that's it. Keep it brief. Sometimes we start over explaining ourselves. Don't over explain yourself. The answer is no. No is the answer. And we have to get comfortable with saying that word. No. I'd rather not. We have to find ways to just say no. Just say no. You don't want to go? No. You don't want to drink anymore? No. Eventually, it'll get easier. Trust me, so fam. I can say I struggled with saying no in my past. I was just like, yes. And then I was burnt out. I was worn out. I was off balance. I was just a no. Okay? We don't want to be a no. We want to be a yes to ourselves. So we have to learn our limits, right? When you say no, you have a limit to certain things. It is always, some things don't have limits, okay? But some things do have limits, right? There's a limit to how many drinks you're gonna have for the night, right? You gotta set a limit, because if you don't set a limit, you're gonna be the party of the night. They can be like, ooh. It's gonna start getting out of control. So certain areas in your life, you do have to have limits. Definitely in the financial area, if you're someone that just be spending, set a weekly limit. Listen, I would love to get all my funds to you, but I need some of these funds for some other funds in my life. Okay, FUNS, funds. We're gonna make it work. So we have to have those limits with people, and that's just what it is. As much as it feel good to just be limitless with everyone, even in our relationships, we have to set limits. There's a limit of how much I can give to you without receiving first. Okay? Ooh, let's talk about that. It's good. Ooh. Listen, so real. I'm so foolish. No, but seriously, in these relationships, and I'm speaking more for my women, fellas. You can skip a little bit. Ladies, I know, okay, that you want to pour into your relationship and give your love and just be that, you know what I'm saying? That piece that you were created to be. But listen, so fam, step 1, step 2, there's a process for everything, right? For a reason. Let's just talk about a child real quick, right? Let's just use the child as an example real quick. If we allow a child to eat all the junk food in the world with no limits, not to say men and children, listen, what's going to happen? They're going to just eat and eat and eat and eat because that's what they like. They like sugar. You know, they like that feeling. They like that rush. Okay? So now when you look at men love women. They love that feeling. They love that rush. They love that rush that you're giving them. Right? But if you don't set a limit to how much you're giving before it's time to go to that next level, you're going to give them way too much too soon, and then they're going to have, it's like, oh, that was easy. You know, and not to say you're easy, but listen, so fam, you got to understand people generally. There's levels to moving up in my life. When you just give people all at one shot, think about how God did you. God didn't just give you everything. He's showing you how to love, right? So he's giving you a little bit. Okay, let me see what you do with this. Okay, good. Now let me see what you do with this. Okay, good. Same thing with relationship with men and relationships in general. You gotta little, because then you just be a pleaser, or like a people pleaser, and too nice and a doormat, and we're not doing that. We're not doing that. No. We have to be realistic. We don't want to be abused and used and then hurt in the end, right? Confused in the end. These are things that we've overlooked in the past, and you have to, listen, you have to develop the strength. Ask God for the strength. Lord, give me the strength to say no. Give me the strength to keep my legs closed until it's time. Ooh. Okay, listen. And we have to learn how to express that without being so, how can you say, forceful, right? So a lot, all of the details are out there in the streets, right? So men kind of know, like, okay, she's saving herself, without you having to blurt it, right? Because sometimes it could look like I'm saving myself, so I'm gonna make you work. It could come off wrong if you don't come off direct, right? So this is a time where you let someone know, I'm gonna wait for the, you know what I'm saying? The bedrock. That's what we're gonna call it. I'm gonna wait for the bedrock. And you don't have to say it right away. If y'all didn't even get to that type of level yet, right? Because there's levels to this. Say that. We have to learn how to be like, wait, we're not even on that level yet. Are we together? You know, like, you have to know when that discussion should be happening. And once it happens, let it flow. Don't be afraid to speak your no, speak your piece, have your limits, have your boundaries, and have that love for yourself. Don't pour out too soon if a man didn't pour out to you. If a man is not pouring out to you, babe, don't pour out to him. And that's how you guys will move simultaneously on a great level. You know, it'll just be like, and if y'all don't even make it past the first level, okay. See you later, alligator. Next. Okay, because you can't force what's not for you. The person that's for you is going to respect your boundaries, right? They're going to respect what you got going on, because You either want me or you want she, right? So that's how you're going to be able to have that clear understanding of what someone is looking for with you. The same thing for fellas, in case y'all done listened all the way through, right? Sometimes women could be the aggressor too, and they could just want to get bedrock with it. And if you don't want to be treated like a piece of meat, be like, chill out, babe. You know, calm down. Let's wait a little bit. Time tells, soul fam. And when you're taking your time and you letting the process be what it be, not rushing straight to the sheets or rushing to the final result, everything just, it's like, it's more of a breeze. It's like, I don't feel pressured. I don't feel, I have a clear mind. This is my clear choice. I'm able to think for myself. It's like, this is safe. Okay, we're on the same page. It gives you time to process. Okay? Respect the process, soul fam. All around the board, in all areas of your life, all right? When you ignore the process and you rush, right? You're going to be worn out in the end. You're going to just be there. You're going to just be like, all right, I'm here. All right. You're going to be a little fidgety. You're going to have less peace. Trust me. So then, I said this before, but let me shed a little more light and then we out of here. I remember what it was like, just having everything in the world, rushing through it all, getting to the finish line, and when you ignore the process, it's like you kind of take God out of it and do everything on your own. Right? Like you don't have the patience, you don't have the strength, you don't have the peace, you just, you kind of just there, and it's not the same. It's not the same when you and God are working step by step with each other, right? Taking it easy, learning what you need to learn, seeing what you need to see, hearing what you need to hear. So by the time you get to where you got to go, everything is clear. Everything that's for you is going to shine for you, babe. Trust and believe. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, grab a copy of my book, 77 Pieces of Poetry. Get you some of this peace, babe. This is some peace. Y'all know this is my little baby over here. That's why. I also have courses available, soul fam. Get into that course. Invest in your mind. Do the work when you invest in your mind, you invest in yourself. You will see true wealth. Okay, you start to grow and flourish. You'll be like, oh, this is me. You'll be like, you have to look at the zoom in like, hold on, is this real? All right. So take the time if you want to have a session with me. All my details are always below. Always below. Click on them. Stay connected with me in order to be a part of the Soul Fam. Soul Fam. Soul Fam. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel. Comment from time to time. Let me know that you're there. Okay? Apply the knowledge. Don't forget to apply the knowledge, babe. Apply the knowledge is key. Knowing the knowledge is one thing, but applying the knowledge is key. All right, soul fam. Amelia Adair here. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm gonna see you at the next one. Bye for now.